What's up, guys? Welcome to my bedroom. It's not often you're gonna be in my bedroom, so enjoy it while you can. But the reason you're in my bedroom and the reason you clicked on this video is because that's where this 75-gallon fish tank is that we're gonna set up. Now, you may have seen the video prior to this, which is the baby bass video, and currently baby bass is in that tank out there in the living room. And we're gonna set this up and get ready to move him into his new and permanent home. We got to get this set up. What we're gonna do is go down to Fort Walton Beach, Florida. There's a fantastic fish store down there, Blue Water Zoo, and we're gonna get the media that we need. So some rocks or sand and some of the substrate for the plants. We're doing all live plants in this tank. Maybe some driftwood, something like that. We already have all of our chemicals and stuff in our water test kit. So we're gonna go down there, grab that stuff, see if they'll let me film real quick in there, kind of show you around, and then we'll be back here to set this up. Alright guys, made it out here to Blue Water Zoo. Let's go check it out just real quick, show you. It's an awesome place. If you're local, you should come down and check them out. You got all your tank needs taken care of here.
They made me do that. How are you doing today, sir?
Good. You mind if I film for YouTube? Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting a bunch of stuff here, but let me show the viewers around real quick. Just kind of show them what you got going on over here.
Sorry, a little bit of a mess. I'm in the middle of do some water.
No worries. Yeah, they're always keeping up on their stuff here, guys. So all your freshwater stuff, you can kind of see their selection. They got just about anything you could probably want in here. Grab you one of them. Alrighty. I will be hitting this up pretty heavy here. This is the part of their plant selection. We're going to be damn near wiping them out with plants here today. So we're going to get all of that stuff. We get a little top water too. I've never had any of that. There's your saltwater stuff over here. All your saltwater stuff. Cool little setup. And then they got their coral tanks here. All of your live corals already ready for you to go. They got some they got a cool shrimp over here somewhere. Where is he? There he is. Cool shrimpy guy. But if you want to do a saltwater setup, they can get you hooked up over here. And then of course, just boom, all your supplies. Oh god, I forgot the reptiles. Yeah, they got all kind of little reptiles, little turtles and stuff. There used to be, yeah, there's a little baby turtle down there. He's cute. But all of your reptiles, see if I can spot anything real quick for you guys. Everybody's hiding. And we're gonna be getting some wooden stuff. So there you go, guys. That's Blue Water Zoo down in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So if you need something, come check them out. I'm gonna grab what we need, and we'll see you back at the house. We'll put all that stuff in the tank.
What's going on here?
Alright guys, we got, I think, enough to get this thing started here. But when I was in the store, the gentleman came up to me, saw me looking at all this sand and all that stuff, and he was like, dude, for a 75-gallon, you need 5 bags of that sand at $30 a bag. He was like, just go to Lowe's and grab some like gravel or play sand if you want to go that route. He's like, for $7 you can get a 25-pound bag. So we're gonna do that now. Let's go on over to Lowe's, see if we can find some sand or gravel to put on top of our substrate. Look, aquarium gravel. See, you can grab this stuff, $5.38 for 50 pounds of gravel versus the fish store. And then here is our play sand, which should be the really fine white play sand. It looks like it by the little debris that's here. It's kind of a tan, like a tannish sand, but a little fine sand. Look at that, $5.08 for 50 pounds of sand. So big shout out to that dude at the fish store for giving me this tip. I never would have thought about it. You know, I think build an aquarium, go to an aquarium shop. So he saved me a couple $100 worth of sand and gravel. So a good tip, man. Go to your local hardware, big box hardware place if you need sand and gravel. Outside in lawn and garden, they've got a whole bunch of like bigger rocks and stuff too that I should have probably grabbed. But let's get some stuff, finally get back to the house and show you the interesting part of the video. Back outside in the lawn and garden, I think I'm gonna pick up some of these beach pebbles here too. I've got those 3 big rocks that I bought for 12 bucks, $11.98. You get a decent bag, so we're gonna go ahead and grab a bag of that. That should bring the whole aquarium together, I think. Let's go. Alright guys, we're back at the house here. You can see I've got the aquarium pulled out from the wall because we're going to put this backer on there. Not this side, we're going to do this rock wall side. And the reason I'm doing that is just to give our little baby bass a sense of space, right? We've got our wood soaking in the tub, but we're probably going to have to get a rock to screw into the bottom to weight it down because it's just going to float for like weeks. And we washed all our other rocks off, and we washed the sand, the play sand. Did that outside, washed that. I didn't film any of this washing stuff because you get it, like rinse your media. And so when we get the backer on here, we'll start putting some stuff in. All right, we got our rock wall backer on here. Now, pro tip, because the instructions tell you to like measure the size of your area and then pre-cut it before you put the little sticky tabs on and stuff. Get yourself a razor blade, right? And put it on there because these are cut to fit, as you see. Put it on there and then just use a razor blade to trim a nice clean edge across the top. And there we are, all cut to fit. So we've got our rock wall back there. All right. Now I know they're kind of cheesy, but like I said, I want the bass to get some spatial awareness, at least for now. Moving on, let's put the stuff in the tank now. I've got a beautiful, beautiful piece of wood here, which you'll see in a second, but I've got it laid down to show you that you got to remember wood floats. So there's a couple of ways to get them in your tank. One way is you can take this wood and soak it in your bathtub for about 2 weeks until it finally waterlogs itself and it sinks, or you can get some sort of weight like I did and screw it on there. So a lot of people use like a piece of slate or something like that. I don't have that option in my area, and I forgot to buy one at the pet store. But the slate at the pet store is going to be like, I don't know, for a big piece to weigh this thing down, it's probably 10, 15 bucks, something like that, because they do their rocks by pound. This guy here, a couple of dollars at Lowe's. Now, you could use a cinder block like this here, like a paver or something, but this is too thick for me. And so I needed something thinner, and this cobblestone mat here seemed to work out pretty good. So we'll get it in the tank and we'll show you that you'll never even see this here because we're going to cover it up with a substrate. Alright, and you can see we've got our piece of wood in here. Now I chose this piece of wood because, again, it fits perfectly in the tank. So I have a height restriction. This mat works for me, and mine's a little overkill because when you put some sand and substrate on top, it adds weight, and that would help hold it down. But this thing is a floater, let me tell you, and so I wanted to make sure that it didn't move. So I kind of went overkill. There's lots of different options for doing this, but you get the idea. I used this little cobblestone mat from Lowe's. Okay, I'm gonna have to take my wood back out because we've got some plants that we're going to attach with some plant glue in various spots here and back here, and I can't get to it back here. All right, our wood's in there, and I think that little bit of greenery is gonna look pretty sweet when it starts to grow out. Hopefully it does. Let's get some substrate in over here. The substrate I'm using is fluorite black. I've got a couple of bags of this here, and you know, there's many different options for plant substrate, but you know, check with your local aquarium professional and find out what's going to be best for you, what color you think is going to be best based on your aquascape. We're going to get this stuff in there. Okay, we got our substrate down for our plant nutrients here. Now, here's a tip for you. I have a framed tank, so I've got the black frame, but make sure that the front edge of your substrate is below that black frame if you have a framed tank. That way when you put your sand in on top, you don't see the substrate base. Let me go out here in the living room and show you on this one what I'm talking about. So here on this tank, you can see that I did not do that, and you can see the substrate base and then the sand layer on top. Kind of looks bad. I mean, You know, it's your personal taste on how you want to do it. But I learned from my mistake on this tank, so we're going to try and fix that on... Oh, we got a floater plant there. We're going to try and fix it on this current tank. All right, here is our washed sand. Essentially, just stuck a hose in there with the sand and let it just kind of churn and wash. It's almost crystal clear, but I'm sure we'll have a little cloudiness. But we got to get this stuff in here and get it planted and start getting some water in here before my plants dry up. So I'm gonna get this stuff in here. Pretty simple, just using a scooper, scoop it out, put it in there. We'll get it set and then we'll come back, touch base with you and do some rocks. All right, we got our sand in there. Nothing special, you know. I figured I didn't need to time lapse me scooping sand and putting it on top, but you see now with our substrate how it's below that dark line. We got nothing but sand here. I'm gonna water my little plants, keep them happy, hopefully. All right, and now for the old hose in the house trick. All right, we got our hose coming in from the backyard up and into the tank. We're gonna go outside and try and turn this on real gentle, and we've got it sitting in the wood so it'll trickle down the wood and not disturb our substrate. If you just pour water in here and splash it on the sand, you're gonna move the sand and then all your black substrate's gonna come up, and that just don't look good. So let's start getting some water in here and then we'll place the rocks. This is the scariest moment for me, is starting to add all of that water weight. You're hoping your cabinet doesn't collapse, you're hoping the tank doesn't bust open and start leaking. New tank set up, brand new tank. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But it's got to be done. So all you can do is put water in it and see if it blows up. All right, I think I'm going to place my plants here first where I want them. Get their roots back in the water. They've been out for a good 6 hours or so here. And I'm going to get my planting done kind of the way I want it. So I'm going to do my plant placement. I'll put it on a quick time lapse for you. Get my plants in here. And then I can see where I want to put my accent rocks. I started putting them in here and I couldn't find a flow. So at any rate, let me get the plants in here. We're planted. Little cloudiness, like I said, as we expected. We were going to have a little bit, but we have a micro filter here. I don't know what's called, a clarifying filter essentially. It's got a very, very, very fine filter in it, and that should clear up our haziness here. I got a couple little floaters I can plant here. So we've got it planted here. I'm going to let it fill up the rest of the way and not bore you with it. I'm not sure I'm 100% happy with the way I've got it decorated, but you know, the great thing about the aquarium hobby is you can always go back in there and rearrange stuff. Well, it didn't explode. I got no water leaking on the floor. I think it's a success. So I moved a couple of things around here. We got our filter in. We got a little air stone hidden in the back over here, but we got our filter jetting water around the tank here. A little cloudy, so hard for you guys to see, but really not as bad as I thought. I didn't think it would be this clear right away. That black substrate's much better than the brown stuff I used on the other tank. It turned mud water, but this black substrate, pretty good stuff. So we got our lily pad floaters up here. I don't remember the plant names, guys. I'm not an aquatic botanist. It's a red something or another. And then we got a couple of other red guys in here. These are our little carpet plants in the front here. So I sporadically kind of stuck these guys around. They will branch out and just kind of carpet, supposedly, the whole area. So, all right, we're set up. Quick interjection before the outro here. The tank has been cycling for about a week and a half or something like that. I did a little more plant distribution. We got some new plants back here, right there, and here, these bright green, I think they call them goldenrods, are fire lily, I think it is. This thing is a fire lily. It's got 2 new shoots that came up here. You can't really see them, they're under the light. But those grew up real quick. 2 new lily pads. What else? Put this plant in. I don't remember what its name is there. Some of these red guys here and here. The minnows are going crazy. I think I'm going to feed them. And here is another one right there. A little more green down here. Some in the back that you can't see. But we added some more plants. However, the water has cleared up. It is still not 100%, but I found out that's because our piece of wood is still leaking tannin. And the tannin doesn't necessarily make black water, but it will make cloudy water. So, thought I would give you guys just a quick update here before I cut the video and you sign off and don't get to see the tank cycled and pretty. Oh, forgot to mention though, you just saw it. We added a high-tech light here for the plant growth, and we're going to be putting CO2 in this tank. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching me set the tank up. I hope it was relaxing for you. It was gut-wrenching for me when I was setting this up, but it hasn't exploded. It's been set up for a while now, and it's good to go. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Well, the camera just decided to stop recording, as GoPros do. It hears something that it doesn't like, and then it just turns off. At any rate, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. And if you like this one and you want to see the video of the bass that's going in this tank, you can click right, I think it's here, maybe here. Click the video on your screen, watch the baby bass get put in here.